I'm Larry Graff with Aspen Power Cats, and this is Scott and Susie Jennings with their brand new, like just saw it for the first time, 32 Aspen. So what's your impression?
Wow.
Yeah, like it's just right out of the box.
Yeah.
But, you know, as a builder all my life, I look around and the fit and finish is gorgeous.
Good,
Yeah,
good.
it's beautiful.
So the Jennings had some really interesting ideas that we've implemented. One of them is this trim around the window, which is done in Burmese teak, and it kind of gives it a nice accent. We also went with a white on the ceiling and then a cream on the side, and then we added an accent line of teak through the overhead and a couple more teak pieces down below to kind of dress it up a little bit. Scott's a builder and understands what a little bit of dressing can do to the finished product. Behind the counter here, we'll get a picture of the backsplash and how that worked out. You guys really had some fun with the interior on this, so.
It was fun. It was fun to pick out this the leather.
The ultra
and
leather.
I like the color.
Yeah, yeah.
It's nicer than, well, for me, than the white.
Yeah, yeah. Good, good.
Yeah. It looks good.
I think
really...
Susie had fun working with you guys.
Good.
It was
Coming
fun to
up with
pick out the
colors.
To be a part of come to the factory and see it built.
Yeah.
And be a part of choosing.
You can't do that with most folks. It's here it is and you buy it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So that was fun. And plus, you guys were so great to work with.
That's good. So
you
that
and
was
your sons.
That was my question. Was how was Aspen to work with in this process of buying and building the boat?
It's great. It's easy.
Good.
Yeah.
Good, good, good. Any comments or anything what's most special for you about the boat?
Well, there's so many things, and we've just barely begun to poke around and see the boat.
Yeah, yeah.
But I'm surprised already by how much storage there is.
Good.
I love the cabin, and I love all the big windows.
The visibility.
The visibility. The big windows in the front.
Yeah, and you both get the great visibility. It's not like the co-pilot gets kind of really a second seat. It's equal quality seating.
Yeah.
Good point. Really good point. And then you have a nice king-size bed forward, and the stand-up head and all those features. So this is Lauren and Ann Anderson, and they got a new Aspen C120 this year, and wanted to talk to you a little bit about what that experience was like. I guess the first thing is, what led you to Aspen? What got you interested in an Aspen?
Well, I've had a big cruiser, big trawler, wanted something smaller and quicker. And I came to the boat show 2 or 3 years ago, and you were talking about a 40, but you didn't have it, so I waited.
Okay.
So
Did I have that chipboard mock-up at that point?
You might have.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. I think it was only a 36. Yeah.
I want a little more room than the smaller ones.
Right. So you ordered your boat, and what was that process like to work with us when we built your boat?
Was good process. Took a little longer than we expected, but we got a good product, so I'm okay with that.
Okay, good.
It was everybody was great. You were available, and Rick Reed, production manager, was available, and very good.
Now you've had the boat now 3-4 months. What's your experience with it been like? What do you think of it, Ann?
Oh, I think it's been very nice. Fast.
You're fast, you say?
Yeah, we can't believe how much faster it is. So that's a lot.
So the thing there that makes it so much faster, not only is it just 8 knots, but if you're going somewhere with an 8-knot boat against a 3-knot current, you're only making 5 knots, which with your new boat at 17 knots against a 3-knot current, you're still making 14 knots. So it's a dramatic difference in the time to get from one place,
Yeah, dramatic difference. In my big trawler, we used to cruise at 10 knots. It'd take a better part of a day, maybe a whole day, to get up to the San Juan Islands.
Yep.
This boat, I leave at 9, I'm there for lunch at Roach Harbor. So nothing wrong with that. Yeah.
So now we have to find some other things to do once we get there.
Oh, really?
Besides driving around.
Have you had it out in any heavy seas yet?
Yes, we crossed the Straits of Georgia with you.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
And it was blowing pretty good. Boat handled well. The boat takes anything. It was a little hard on the passengers, but The boat did great.
Well, that's great. Good, good. Any comments? Anything, last things you want to say, or?
Well, the whole experience has been good. Aspen has been great to deal with on our punch list.
Good.
We got all those things taken care of now, and we're ready to roll.
Good.
Yeah, I think you guys have been very accommodating.
Good.
Very willing to make changes if Lauren wants them, and all that. You're very good about that.
Great, great. So, Joanne and Lynn, just tell me a little bit about your Aspen and what got you to buy an Aspen. What got you interested in the Aspen?
You go first. I read an article about the Aspen when it first came out, and it was in one of the local magazines.
Yeah.
The freebies, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
And I thought, what a cool boat. That sounds really, really interesting. And so I just kind of kept paying attention to them over the years. And finally last year, after 30 years on a sailboat, we went, you know, we're ready for a different type of boating. And, you know, there was this boat that I kind of had been looking into for a few years, and she went like, really?
Yeah.
You didn't know anything about it. Really?
And you didn't tell me about it?
Yeah. And we were stuck up in Vancouver Island during a big windstorm last year ago in August. And the broker was up there, and we thought, let's go. Oh, it's an Aspen dealer. Let's go see if they have any boats.
Yeah.
Of course, they didn't have any boats because
they'd sold them all.
They sold them all, and they don't keep any, you know, laying around.
Yeah.
But we talked to the guy, and he was one of the people that went on the round.
Oh, you talked to Dave Bonner. He did the trip around Vancouver Island, unrefueled, 641 miles. Yeah.
Yes.
In a 32 Aspen.
And he was thrilled about the Aspen, and so he talked with us, what, for about an hour?
At least an hour.
Talking about the Aspen, and you can go up and, you know, tour the plant. It's up there in Burlington, and we're like, really? Okay.
Cool.
So on Friday we got home, and I got out the phone and called and made an appointment, and that's where we met you.
Yeah.
We had no idea when we came up to the factory we would actually meet the designer, owner, and I was just really impressed with everything from the Kevlar to the design and
watertight compartments and everything else.
Well, I don't get into that much, but I like the galley design. That was really cool. But it just...
So then you guys decided to buy a boat, and then what was the process like to actually, you know, work with Aspen and buy a boat?
It was... I think Aspen was very patient with us.
Yeah?
Because we were coming from a cruising background with a sailboat and a 40-foot sailboat. So we had a lot of space, and we had a lot of design needs that were going to have to be adapted to a smaller boat. And that's what we wanted to do. And I think the smartest thing we ever did was charter one for 4 days. And from that, we really narrowed down what we wanted. And we also came into it with our hierarchy of needs. We wanted to be warm and dry. We wanted it to be stable. We wanted it to be safe. We wanted it to be efficient.
And you've got one of the C105s, so you've got the longer hardtop over your back cockpit, so you can use it all year long.
Yes.
So now you've had your boat for, what, 2 months now. How's that been?
We're loving it.
You're loving it?
Absolutely loving it.
Good. Good.
Absolutely love the boat, the way it handles, the easiness of getting on and off the dock.
How is it for cruise speed and getting places?
It's great. We're used to traveling at 7 to 8 knots in our sailboat. And you plan your trips accordingly, you know. And so, well, for example, we were up in Garrison Bay. We did a 5-day weekend in the San Juans. And
a 5-day weekend. I like
that. And so we had to bring it home, and we were thinking, okay, well, you know, we'll come out of Garrison Bay. I'd like to go out and go around and go down, you know, past Limekiln. Maybe we'll see whales and go down that way. And I was like, you know, we usually stop in at Port Townsend or Edmonds or something because it becomes a long trip. So we called our friends, had a couple friends in Edmonds, say, you know, we're coming in tonight, you guys around? Nobody was around. So it's like, okay, well, maybe we'll do it, maybe not. We got to Edmonds in 2.5 hours. And we went, there's no point in stopping. Let's just go home. And 5.5 hours we were in Des Moines at home, which would have been a 14-hour trip on the side.
Oh, that's so much more fun.
And so, it just totally changes your the way you travel.
What's been the most special thing about your boat so far?
I think for me, it's I'm pleasantly surprised at how comfortable it is. Having come from a 40-foot sailboat with lots of space to a smaller boat, I was
32
anticipating.
feet. Yeah,
I was really anticipating that we were going to be cramped and a lot of adjusting, and I haven't been at all. And the stateroom is the most comfortable bed I've ever slept on. It is absolutely comfortable.
You know how many prototypes of that we built to make that bed right? Well, you guys you tested some of them last winter at the Christmas party.
It really was. And I also appreciated, you asked what we liked about working with Aspen. There's something very special about ordering a new boat and being able to put your ideas into it, like the hooks we have and the places we can hang things and where we put lighting and where we put speakers. And I know a lot of those ideas were different than what had been done before and will probably be used again. Right.
You guys, are those special speakers in the salon working out great?
Fabulous.
Great.
Good.
Yeah,
really good.
And particularly when you open the top up, now you've got those speakers actually kind of translate into the cockpit area
too.
So you've got this nice,
really good sound system.
Perfect. So that was definitely a good move.
All right. Well, good. Thank you guys.
So, Rich and Carolyn Pettit, you guys have had a few Aspens now.
28, 32, now a 40.
Yes! I love these customers. So
this is it, though.
This is
no
it?
Bigger.
You're not going to do the 50, huh?
No 50s.
No 50s. Okay. Well, so you've worked with us now for what, 4 or 5 years? 5 years about. And so I guess we must be doing something right. What would you say is most special about Aspen in your view?
I think the ability to get issues taken care of, questions answered, understanding what the boat can do and what its limitations are. Basically, all the things that you want to know about a boat were given to us. We didn't have to learn them on our own. We weren't just left by a salesperson that let us figure out what's going on, what we can do, what we can't do.
So Rich, you've had a number of Aspens. What's been most special about the relationship and over 5 years, for working with Aspen?
Well, it's a fairly close relationship to understand what's going on with the boat, what the boat can do, and what it can't do. I don't know. What do you think?
I think knowing the owner-designer is very big. Yeah? And we know where to complain and where to ask questions, and he always has good advice.
Good. Thank you.
And
so you've had the 28, which was fun, the 32, and then this year you switched to the 40. What was part of the decision to make that switch up?
A little more room for me in the alley.
Yeah.
Not having to be climbing on my knees.
Okay. And more room for the family?
And more room for the family.
There's a lot of square footage in the 40.
Yeah, I'd forgotten, well, this summer when we were on the owner's cruise, Rich and one of the other owners went out fishing on our boat, and I was left on the dock with one of our good friends on her 32.
Right.
And it seems so small compared to the 40.
Right.
I guess that was it. The main reason is just a little more space. More space.
No, and it's space. I think it's a space effectively used. I mean, it's reasonable square footage, and you get a lot out of it.
Right.
I think you do.
Right. How's the boat been on the water? I mean, what's your fuel economy like, and what's it like in rough water?
We get on average 1.4 to 1.5 miles per gallon. On rough water, we get the same thing. Going between 16 and 20 miles an hour, you get the same fuel economy with
either at whichever speed,
whichever end of that.
Right. How's it been when you get in rough water?
It's nice on a rowboat.
Crossing the Georgia Strait was not bad.
Yeah, yeah.
And this summer when everybody else was complaining.
Right, you went slicing right through.
Well,
so in a 3-foot chop, the boat works very easily.
Yeah,
very comfortable for everybody on board.
Yeah, yeah. How's the Volvo motor been? What do you think of Volvo?
Oh, I think it's great.
Good, solid motor.
Yeah.
It's quiet, especially given the location of the motor.
Inside it's much quieter.
How is she to sleep in?
Oh, comfy.
Comfy? Yeah? Good.
It's great.
Good.
And having 2 heads is nice. Even when there's only 2 of us. But we have been out with our kids and 2 big dogs, and it worked fine.
Good. Good. Good.
So,
And have you caught some fish with it?
We have. The fish is fine. It has an ability, well, at least ours has an ability to
slow troll. Yeah.
With
so there's a software option that Rich has got where the transmission with Volvo, and you can dial it down to, very slow trolling speeds if you want.
Yep, he caught 2 nice big salmon yesterday.
Woohoo!
And his friend got 2.
Good.
So,
any crabs yet this year?
Some, not as many, but we haven't
been very good.
We haven't crabbed that much.
Okay.
We just actually haven't crabbed that much.
What's it like to go boating with the other Aspen owners?
Oh, fun.
Fun?
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah,
it's
we
very
like
good.
that.
You learn something. You find different places to go.
Good.
So it's really good.
It's a fun group. I think they're first-class people.
And having you along, well, you've been along for all of them so far.
Yeah.
Is
definitely.
It relieves some of the tension of going places you otherwise wouldn't go.
Haven't been.
Right.
Yeah.
But a couple of the owners are very good have a lot more experience than we do.
Right. Which makes it easy and more fun.
Right.
The group cruises are great.
Yeah. We like them.
All right. Any last comments or?
Nope. We recommend an Aspen.
I like it. Say that louder.
Buy an Aspen.
Yay!
They're great.
All right. So, Carolyn, there was one feature that we made on your boat at the last minute, and what was that?
It was a bed for my dog, who's a big golden doodle, and he always on our 32 slept under the table, but the under the table is not level on the 40, and so they built a level little thing for him.
Custom bed for Tucker.
Yes, and
Tucker's such a great dog.
He loves it.
Yes, yeah.
And he also loves the fly bridge.
Oh, and he goes up and down the stairs.
Right.
Which is really weird for a big dog. I'm amazed. It's quite interesting to watch. Tucker rocks, though. He's the best dog there is.
So that was a special thing from Aspen.
All right.
Special.
We can do those things.